Hello, everybody. So, I've been getting a lot of questions about math grades. Um, and even if you haven't asked me, this is some pretty good information to have. So, in the OLS, like for your history class, your art, your science, you get credit for completing the lessons. In D2L, not the case. So let me show you where I actually get your grades from by clicking the grades button. Now, I don't think you have this button. You might. I don't know if you do. So here is everything in Unit 1 that I am actually grading, all of these. So let's look at these one by one, and let me go over some of this. So, this right here is something that I actually graded. I just finished grading all of them. Um, so you should have a grade for this now if you did it. If you can't see your grade, either you didn't do it or I forgot to click the button that lets you see it. So if you can't see your grade, let me know and I'll double check into that. But really, everybody who submitted a post, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second, I gave full credit to because, we're just now learning these things, so it's brand new to you. So I wanted to just give you credit if you tried. Future discussions, though, I will not be as lenient, and I'll actually be looking at the content and did you reply to people? Were you nice? Were you appropriate? Yada, yada, yada. But so that's the discussion. These next couple things are quizzes. There are 4 of them, and the biggest thing you need to know is that you should have 3 tries. So most of you who dislike your grade, you don't like your grade because of the performance on these quizzes. So try them again. Go back into the lesson, relearn the material, and then knock the quiz out of the ballpark, and your grade will go up. Pretty simple. So learning coaches, that's a fantastic place to start, is those quizzes. Double check their grade. If they haven't done it, make them do it. If you don't like the grade, have them redo it, right? The next thing is, I think this is worth the most amount of points, is this computer graded test. I need you to do this computer graded test if you've yet to do so. But make sure you're really comfortable with 1.01 all the way to 1.13 because that's going to have all of it. So lessons 1 to lesson 13 are preparing you for that test. Now this test is computer graded. Down here, part 2 is Mr. Cook graded. So, and I've started grading these and they're fantastic for the most part. This is something that I'm going to grade, and I'll give you one chance to do it. The computer graded test, I believe that's also 1 try with few exceptions. The discussion tries don't really count. If I needed more information, I'll reach out to you. So don't worry about the tries on the discussion. So yeah, there's those. Now the last thing on here is this extra credit assignment, which 3 of you did and already sent to me as the email this to your teacher. I'm not allowed to say your names on a recording, but your initials are KM, AB, and TH. If those are you, then I have yours and I'll give you credit since you beat me to the punch. But from this point forward, I need everybody to ask permission before doing anything extra. Because I'm not going to take extra credit if you haven't turned in a test. Or I'm not going to give extra credit if you already have an A, or if you haven't done a quiz or something like that. Now, if you're doing the best that you can, and you have a C, and you really want that B, okay, then that's definitely a conversation well, I'll have the conversation no matter what. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll let you know what I think. But don't just do it and turn it in. Ask permission, I guess is what I was trying to get to. So these are what your grades are based off of. In the OLS, it's all about, did you do the lesson? That's not how it is in D2L, right? So this is totally different than your science class. Notice there's nothing here about lesson number 2 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 9. Right? There's a lot of things that aren't on here because they don't directly influence your grade. And I'll show you those here in just a second. Also, if a few of you are like, hold on a second, Dustin, or, Mr. Cook if you're a student, I had no idea I was supposed to even do those quizzes. Let me show you where I have this information so that you can access this at any time. So once you're in our class homepage, if you click on class plan right here, and it's loading, we can go back to the month of August. And this has been up since like the first day of school. On the 17th was the discussion. On the 18th was this lesson. On that, we had a quiz. So there's our first quiz. Then there was a second, the third, and the fourth quiz. And then here shows you the test. So right here we have everything that I'm taking a grade of on this view. Discussion, 1, 2, 3, 4 quizzes, and then the unit test. And if you click on these, they're supposed to just bring you straight to it. Now I'm not actually going to click on the quiz because I don't want to accidentally show any student grades. But let me click on this because it's supposed to just take you straight there. Does it not? Well, even if it doesn't, let me click into the content. So let's look at this quiz. Let's say you didn't know you were supposed to do it. Let me show you where it is and how to get to it and things like that. So if you knew you were supposed to do this, lesson number 3, and you click on it, it has learn, practice, review, and assessment. And if you're actually looking over here, it still has the learn, the practice, the review, and the assessment. And if you click on that, that's all it takes. That takes you directly to it. Now, the discussion may be a little bit harder. Now, I've actually had to redo this video a few times. I'm not going to click this button because it shows student names, and I'm not allowed to show student names. So you would click that button, and then this pops up, okay? This is what it looks like. It shows the thread, it shows me, any past activity. I had to cover that up. And this is how you actually get into it. Now, notice there's not anything that's immediately obvious as like a click here to do your work. You actually click up here, the blue, right where it says 1.01 discussion scientific notation. You click on that. So click right here where my cursor currently is, and it takes you to this screen. From this screen, it gives you the specific instructions, and then down here it says start a new thread. Everybody who clicked on this and submitted something, you're getting full credit. In the future, you will have to reply to other students to get full credit. So instead of clicking start new thread, you'll keep scrolling down, right? So here's start new thread. Underneath this is the actual student's work. So you will, like, let's say it's always there to help you see how fast it moves. So you will click on that, and then it'll bring it up, and you'll say, hey, I think it's light. Is that the speed of light? and then the person will reply to you, and it'll be great. If you'd rather reply to this person, you can do that, okay? So that's really all there is for discussions. So open it up and click it. Now, as I said earlier, most of these lessons don't have anything to grade. Like this one about expressions, there's a get ready, a learn, and a practice. Now, you need to do every single one of those because distributive property is important for expressions. The test has expressions on it. Okay? You have to be good at expressions to be able to do this unit test. In fact, let me prove that to you right now. Right? So just because there's not a quiz doesn't mean you don't need to take it seriously. So this is the computer graded portion, and here is the teacher graded portion. Click on that, and then we click on this to bring up the actual attachment. It's going to give you some crazy number. Let's pull it up. And it's loading. I'm sure it'll be done here in just a second. Let's make sure we enable editing. Okay, so question number 1 is about expressions. What is the value of expressions and where can you put some parentheses? Okay, this is a good amount of points. This is worth 4 of the possible 15 points on the me grading portion of this. So, hopefully you're like, oh, okay, now I understand. Just because, let me go back to my content here. Just because there's not an associated quiz doesn't mean it's not important, because it'll come back around later. Now, if you click into a lesson like 7, you can see where that quiz is. That quiz is just here. If you click into 8, you can see where that quiz is. It's right here. So, let's talk about grade improvement and what we're going to do. I want you to have all of Unit 1 done by the 16th. So let me pull my grade thing back up. So all of these, this discussion, the 4 quizzes, both units of the test, need to be done by next Friday, the 16th. On Monday, I'm going to go and I'm going to put a bunch of zeros into the grade book. Now, the zeros are negotiable on the quizzes. Okay, so these I will let you do whenever you want. Probably the test too. As for the parts that I actually grade, I'm not sure if I'm going to accept those. I'm probably not going to accept late extra credit either, though it never hurts to ask. So, by the 16th, you need to be done with unit number 1. Okay? Again, on the 19th, I'm going to put zeros in. And if you haven't done a quiz, your grade is going to drop. Right? It's going to go down. So there's that. If you have any questions about all of this, I hope that you let me know. If you can't see a grade on something, let me know. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day.